Next, we'll hear from the class of 2020 JD speaker, Lexi Heller. During law school, Lexi was the co-editor-in-chief of the La Raza Law Journal and a publishing editor of the California Law Review. She was a competitor on the moot court team and a research assistant to Professor David Oppenheimer. She also volunteered at the Tenants' Rights Clinic at Centro Legal de La Raza, was a member of the Restorative Justice Project at San Quentin State Prison, and was a clinical student in the Youth Defender Clinic of the East Bay Community Law Center. Upon graduation, she began working at Quinn Emanuel, where she focused primarily on plaintiff side cases. Please join me in welcoming Lexi.
Good morning. I want to start by offering a huge congratulations to the Berkeley Zoom School of Law graduates. I'm just kidding. It is so nice to be back. 2 years ago, via the class of 2020's website graduation, I gave a version of these remarks that I originally drafted the very same day we received an email telling us to leave campus. I thought we'd be back in like a week. Many of you knew better. Those of you who watched that video graduation might remember that I spoke about the power of hearing that phrase, "That's so Berkeley," how it gets thrown around a lot, often dismissively, and usually with an eye roll. Much of the world beyond this institution seems to think that we're too loud, that we push too hard, and that we expect too much. I spoke about how I hoped that our class would go out into the world and refuse to accept their reality. In doing so, we could make that real world look a little more like our beloved Berkeley. More just, more optimistic, more equitable, gentle, and kind. I predicted then that because we had earned law degrees and because we earned them from this institution, we would each hold a hall pass to the highest levels of decision-making and lawyering and influence. Even back then, I think we all knew if our next few years were going to be anything like our last few, we would be the lawyers who would hold a standard for this profession and for the real world that is so high that many people doubt our vision is even possible. And you know what? COVID has given us the unique opportunity to take a look back at how we did. I warned a few of y'all that I stalk you on social media and I really cheer for you from a distance. Immediately after being dispersed from campus, we assisted in the effort to ensure that in the spring of 2020, classes were not graded on a curve. We knew that it wouldn't be fair given the pandemic's outsized impact on certain communities. We took the first virtual bar after it was postponed multiple times, but not before organizing against it entirely, given both privacy concerns and issues of equity for test takers. In advance of this gathering, our incredible class presidents, Liv and Anya, I don't know where they are, administered a public interest travel fund so that classmates seeking financial assistance to attend this day would be here. Members of our class have also moved across the country, passed more than one bar exam, bought their first homes, started new jobs, and gotten married, sometimes to each other. We've appeared in front of juries, negotiated major contracts, and quit the jobs that we took first out of law school when we realized that they weren't what we wanted them to be. We work at preeminent public interest organizations, at startups, in the most powerful law firms in the world. We have members of the class of 2020 working in the White House and in-house. One of you convinced the US government to send a person home from prison after unexplained bureaucratic problems left him stranded there for more than 6 years. Many of you have worked full-time for federal judges, quietly advising them as they draft impactful opinions. Yet another has already run for public office. To me, it's clear. Everywhere we've been and everywhere we go, we bring that only in Berkeley spirit with us. We question whether what is what should be, and we refuse to stay quiet or be complacent when we find the answer to that question lacking. The world has pushed back on us, though, that's for certain. But being here in this uniquely Berkeley Law energy, the optimism, the joy, the camaraderie, it does remind me. The more that people roll their eyes at us and say, ugh, that's so Berkeley, the better this world is going to get. So when someone says that to me, I will continue to say, thanks. My classmates taught me that, and the real world better get used to it. Thank you.